This video is sponsored by ZBanks in partnership with Realme. After the OnePlus 1, 2, and 3, it feels like there hasn't been a true successor to that set of phones. Yes, OnePlus did make more high-end phones that were relatively cheaper compared to the competing flagships in the market, but they weren't the flagship killer deals that the first few OnePlus phones were. Over the last few years, there definitely have been a ton of affordable smartphones, but they either didn't have all the top specs or they weren't that affordable. Well, that cold streak came to an end this year when Realme launched the Realme GT 5G. Huge props to video sponsor ZBanks and Realme for providing us with this review unit and for making this video possible. This phone only launched in China earlier this year, but now it's on sale in parts of Europe and will soon be available in the UK and India. In almost every way, this is a flagship phone rivaling the specs of the Galaxy S21 series, but the price can get as low as $400 to $500 depending on which country you're based in. If you're looking for a new phone for the right price, you should definitely stay and watch the rest of this video. Let's just start off with the hardware, which basically speaks for itself. The Realme GT comes with a 6.4-inch Super AMOLED display with a 120Hz refresh rate and a 360Hz touch sampling rate. It's a big, buttery smooth display that's perfect for not just day-to-day regular phone stuff and media consumption, but for gaming as well. That's also coupled with the fact that this is only 9.1mm thick, weighs just 186 grams, and has stereo speakers with excellent Dolby Atmos sound quality. One thing I really like is that it's got an in-display fingerprint sensor that's actually somewhere I can remember, and it's reliable. It's fast and I rarely ever have to try again. Same goes for the face unlock, which isn't quite as fast, but just as reliable. On top of all that, it's just a beautiful piece of hardware. This model I have on hand is a racing yellow color, but it's also available in dashing silver and dashing blue. I'm really liking this two-tone color combo, and you're not going to find anything else like this no matter how much you pay. And because of the leather material, it feels super premium in the hand and very refreshing from all those glass back phones out there. Plus, it's even got a 3.5mm headphone jack and comes with a case in the box. Just at this point, this phone is already a great deal, but what's inside the phone is even more impressive. The Realme GT 5G comes with the latest and greatest Snapdragon 888 processor with the Adreno 660 GPU. This model has 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, but you can upgrade and get up to 12GB RAM and 256GB of storage. As you can expect with a phone with these kinds of internals and that 120Hz screen, this phone flies with everything I throw at it. It's pretty much instant launch for every app and general navigation is super smooth. You might think that's because this phone kills everything in the background like some brands do, but the memory management here is actually pretty excellent. All my apps stay in the background and I actually get all my notifications. And you're not going to believe this, but there is a feature where you can literally upgrade your RAM using storage. The meme has become reality. But yeah, there is a ton of software optimizations that really make the performance here. So the Realme GT is running on Realme UI 2.0, which is based on Android 11. Before I got this phone, I thought that the custom software would be heavy and make the phone feel slow. But just like how the first few OnePlus phones were lightweight and made just the right amount of customizations to stock Android, this is exactly that. Yes, the aesthetics are different from Google's Pixel software, but it's really a light and breezy user experience that doesn't bog down on the performance. Even though this is an affordable flagship, Realme has been very timely with security updates, and Android 12 is expected to come fairly soon too. While I don't take advantage of all the smart automation features, they are an option if you really want to automate your lifestyle. Now, what I do take advantage of is the GameSpace app, which is basically the phone's game hub where you can access all your games. It definitely simplifies my home screen, but it's not just a game hub either. You can adjust your performance mode to really maximize your gaming experience. It's also got a built-in stainless steel vapor cooling system to make sure this phone stays cool and comfortable to hold for long periods of time. So yeah, if speed or gaming is your biggest thing, definitely take a look at this phone. Even with this top-of-the-line performance, the Realme GT has excellent battery life. It's got a massive 4500 mAh battery that's comfortably giving me 1.5 days of battery life. That's super impressive considering the 120Hz screen and the flagship processor. What's actually crazy about this is not just the great battery life, but the charging speed. Realme includes a 65-watt Super Dart charger in the box. Realme promised you can get from 0 to 100 in 35 minutes, which I didn't believe at first, but when I was at 20% after setting up the phone, I plugged it in and it was at 100% in less than 30 minutes. Plus, for those of you that are worried about long-term damage to the battery, you really don't have to worry. This phone has optimized night charging, so your phone knows the optimal charging speed it's supposed to be charging at. It also knows not to overcharge. I know what you're thinking, all that sounds great and whatever, but how is the camera quality? The Realme GT has a triple lens camera system on the back here. It's got a primary 64 megapixel camera, an 8 megapixel ultra wide, and a 2 megapixel macro lens. Unlike the OnePlus's first few flagship killers, the Realme GT actually has a reliable camera that I like to take pictures with. Photos are sharp with a good level of depth, and I like the contrasty look. You can also get some decent low light shots in 20x zoom if you really need to capture a dog that's too far away. It's not the best camera in the market for sure, but it's pretty good and will surprise most of you. Adding on to that, the 16 megapixel front facing camera is great. There is a beauty filter that you can turn off, but to be honest, I'm keeping mine on just a little bit. I look good in these pictures. I don't really know what else to say, guys. I don't have much complaints about this phone since you can get all the things that I mentioned for under $500 unlocked. If you want premium, unique hardware, and flagship all-around performance, this is the most affordable option out there, and I highly recommend it. For my US viewers, it might be a little harder for you to buy this phone, but FYI, you can still find a lot of ways to get your hands on this thing, and it's been working pretty great on the T-Mobile network. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments if you're interested in this phone, and I'll see you guys on the next one.